Yo, how we doing? How we doing? J Knows Credit, back with another video. Salute to everybody out there trying to get the credit right. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy payday for some of y'all. Shout out to the military, people who serve. You know, he said he on break. Hey, suck up that break. Go use the bathroom for a couple of extra minutes. Wear that clock down till it's time to go. But get your work done, though, so you don't get fired. All right. Yeah, happy Friday. I just want to talk about a couple things. Of course, still answering questions. Anything you type in the comments, I will try to respond to as best of my ability. But I want to talk about, excellent credit. I know people talk about it. I'm going to tell you how it can change your life, man. It can definitely take you from zero to hero, for lack of a better word, very fast. Like, you can go from having nothing to having something. I think when I started doing my credit journey, this is before I knew a whole lot about credit. What score I need to have to get business credit funding across the board. We'll talk about that. Send me a message at 18333J-KNOWS. The reason why I can't get into that, because it's not just about a score, it's about your whole entire profile. Your profile has to look a certain way, not just the score itself, because you can have a good score and not get any funding at all, not even get a bank account, even with a good score. So it's not just about that. It's really about your whole entire profile. And if you're talking about getting business funding on a personal guarantor level, it's not really that difficult to get it on personal guarantor level. If you're trying to get it without personal guarantor, then there's levels to that. Okay? But, for me, when I started, you can't hear me? You can't hear me? Can you hear me? You hear me better now? I'm trying to make sure. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. All right, so I'm going to go through a couple things. I'm going to kind of rant a little bit, so please excuse me. But I want to give you some information. So when I started, see, something wrong with the sound. Okay. Let me see here. 1 second. Oh, is that on his end? Okay, you can hear me fine, Jimmy? I appreciate that feedback. Okay, cool. Okay, cutting to the chase. Hold on, let me answer some questions here. I don't want to leave them questions out. After sweep, do I do inquiry removal so I can get approved? You can do the sweep while you're doing the inquiry removal. You can do both at the same time. It just all depends on where you are financially to do it, because the sweep and the inquiries can come off around the same exact time. So, it depends on how fast you want to move. You want to do the sweep first, and then wait for the sweep to happen, then do the inquiries. Or you want to do the inquiries first and do the sweep. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's just more of what you're prepared to do, what you're prepared to pay for. As long as you're ready, it's better to do it all at one time if you can. But there's not a right or wrong answer to that. It's all based on your personal timing. Okay? Let's see here. I was low. Okay. My apologies. I'm working on it. Okay. I'll check back. I'll call you. Okay. Appreciate it. Okay. You can't hear me either. Okay. Let's see. Let me get off this Wi-Fi real quick. Let me get on my LTE. All right. Gotta be specific, Jimmy. Talking about primary, specific, Jimmy. Talking about primaries or authorized users. And what do you want to know exactly about them? All right, but when I was talking about my credit journey, only thing I knew about was taxes. And you know, if y'all watch any of my live videos, you know that I have given some knowledge on taxes. I do tax evaluations. I don't do tax preparation anymore. It's just a headache for people to get mad at me when they're not getting back $10,000 back in a refund check, because it's not actually what your taxes are for. That's not why they were created, for you to be able to get a big refund check. They're actually created for you to not pay as much money in taxes. But anyway, not going to go into that. I'll piss some people off today. Let's see, Jimmy. Answer your questions here. I know I'm kind of stopping. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tanner, about that. So I can't hear you either or understand. Okay, what's going on today? Let's see if I cannot register. Has to continue. Your collections, 12 charge-offs. What do I do? Okay. Let's see here. Mike Brown. Jimmy, you still hear me fine? Sorry, I'm still testing. I just want to make sure before I keep going. I'm still choppy. You still hear echo? Is it not clear? Still to this point now? You can hear me loud and clear. All right, fantastic. All right, so when and answering your question about, okay, I'm pausing here in between my words, so that's why you might hear some or not hear for a while, just so you know, because I'm trying to make sure people can hear me. So I'm looking at the screen, looking at the chat, just trying to see what people are getting. They can hear me or not. That's very weird. You know, technology sometimes can be your friend, sometimes wants to be a pain in the butt. But let's see, Jesse Miller, you said you cannot register. I'm not sure you're trying to register. With my link, you can fill everything out and just upload it, and they'll send it to me. You have 62 inquiries, so that's for the inquiry bomb service. You fill out that form, and if not, Jesse Miller, if you send a text message or you call 1-8333 J Knows, my assistant will help get you registered with that. Okay, do that now if you'd like. Can I get enough funding? Let's see. Deontay's away. We can't hear me either. Wow. Okay. Try something else. Hold on one second. All right. All right. Can y'all hear me good now? Can everybody hear me? Yes. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I just realized what the problem was. My mistake. The problem was it was trying to connect to my my Beats. It was the Bluetooth kept connecting back and forth. That's why you could hear me. You couldn't. All right. Problem solved. Mystery resolved. Okay. Oh no! I mean, I was just like, what? I was trying to make sure I got it right. I was trying to, turn my Wi-Fi off, everything. So, my apologies. Okay, let me get to some of these questions here. Can I get enough funding and purchase a car at the same time, and how much funding is good? I don't know the answer to that question as far as how much funding is good.
You might want to ask other people. Or how much funding is good for you? I don't know. Is 1,000 enough? Is 100,000 enough? I don't know. So that's more of a personal thing. What's good for you? Yes, you can do funding as far as credit card, personal loan funding, and car funding at the same time. You just don't want to go too overboard with your applications. You know, get maybe like 3 inquiries per credit bureau as far as your credit card applications. And as far as buying your car, make sure you get a pre-approval letter from your bank where they say they can pre-approve you for like 30,000 or something like that. Preferably a credit union, and then take it to the place where you're buying a car, and that way they can not have to run your credit. They don't have to run your credit, you know, through their processes where they're gonna run your credit like 7 times to try to get you that car. Okay, so trying to get funding for 80,000. The amount of funding you're trying to get, Mike, you know, it's definitely possible. You just got to have the right credit profile for that. And if you don't have enough history, you got to add that history on by, you know, getting some authorized users and get negative things off if you have negative things. That's what's going to help you get to that funding. All right. Like I said, you can go through me, you can go through somebody else. I'm just letting you know. It doesn't even matter if it's for business. If you're doing business funding through personal guarantor, I mean, you know, you can get 30K, 50K on one card, you know, as long as your personal credit is good, especially if it's over 750 as far as the, excuse me, as far as the score and the credit profile looks well where you don't have a lot of debt. See, when you're applying for business credit, they want to make sure you're not going to run off on the plug, for lack of a better word. If you don't know what run off on the plug means, I'm sorry. It's just a terminology that we use when you try to, you know, take money and dip. But say your score is 819. Oh man, you should be gravy. you should be gravy with that. You should be able to get, you know, 200,000 with that, to be honest, if your score is that high. Okay. All right. So what you're needing to get, everybody who wants to get something here, I see 5,000 here. Your profile has to look a certain way. There's not a one answer for everybody's funding situation. I have to look at the whole entire profile. We do credit consultations, and that's how we're able to determine if you're ready now or what you have to do in order to be ready. Does My Jewels Club Chase still work? And after you get those lines, will other banks send you offers? Yes, those things do work, but that is a question still to your profile. Your profile, even though you have those lines, I don't know what else is on your credit that's negative. Just because you do have some positives now. Now, if your credit's completely naked, then they could start sending you offers. But you also have to make sure that you're registered for the offers. So, I forget what that website is, but you can actually Google it, where you can, if you want to receive credit card offers, just Google saying, I want to receive credit card offers. There's a site for that. I can't think off the top of my head right now, where you can actually go and register. That way they can send you some offers if you pre-qualify. All right. Even if you pre-qualify, though, I don't even apply for pre-qualification letters whatsoever. They don't always give you the best limit you can possibly get. Sometimes going to the regular website to apply without going through an offer can get you more money. Okay. I got 10 credit cards, 3-year history, no negatives. Okay. 10 credit cards, 3-year history, no negatives. Okay. You just need 5K. That's pretty simple to get. Let me know when you're ready. We'll make an appointment. I'm going to get with you. Thanks, Mike. The cards I get, do I have to be with the bank or no? No, you don't got to be with the bank with a lot of credit cards. There are certain cards that I do for funding where, of course, you have to be a member, but there are ways to become members without actually having to have an account. So let's see. Still waiting on reply. Banks will close again. Let me make sure if did I miss a message from you, Breezy? I'm trying to see what, I'm confused about what you're talking about here. Waiting on reply for what exactly? I wouldn't be able to tell what you're talking about by your username. I don't see any other previous questions from you, so I'm kind of confused about what you're talking about. 08 Breezy. Okay, but anyway, going back to it again. When I started out in my credit journey, all I knew was about taxes. So when it comes to you know, money and things. I just thought I just need to have cash, and I just built my money up and put cash in the bank. That's all I knew. I bought everything on cash. I even canceled all my current credit cards. Um, I even canceled all my current credit cards to because I thought that cash is the only way to do it. Okay, um, so I went through that whole process of just paying for cash, paying for cash, paying for cash. Then it was time to actually buy stuff. Like, you know, I needed to get another car because cars messed up. I bought some cars cash. The cars ended up being lemons. And now, you know, my wife needed a car, and I didn't have the money to get her a car. So we had to go finance a car. And financing a car, you know, they ran our credit so many times. I was pissed about that. And then we got this car and had these payments. The payments were high. And, you know, I started really looking at myself like, you know, this is crazy. But of course, we got our car, so no more credit stuff, right? I'm good with the credit stuff. Then I'm looking at, okay, I'm trying to buy a house. And then I, you know, going through trying to buy a house, looking into a house, like I had to wait like 2 years to get the house that I was trying to get. I had to wait 2 years to get that. So as I was trying to get my credit the right way, I started learning the whole credit game and found out how stupid I was to buy everything with credit. I mean, sorry, with cash. I was just so stupid. I could have had so much more history if I would have known from the beginning. So, you know, I went from I just had like a little Capital One. You know, it's like $300. I got another Capital One with like $500. That's all I had. I got a Finger Hut account. I used that to buy my son his first Christmas presents with that Finger Hut account. I got all his presents through Finger Hut, just so I could help build my credit. And then after that, that's literally all I had. That was all I had. Just those two Capital Ones and that. And I went from that to now, fast forwarding today, to having all of my cars being, you know, besides my first car, I still have my Capital Ones. They're still pretty low because they don't really like giving a lot of increases. But all my newer cards all have at least 6,000. Most of them have 15 to 20,000, 10,000, 16,000, stuff like that. So, you know, that definitely changed my whole entire world, being able to have access to those type of credit cards and now having over $117,000, you know, in credit. So, yeah, I just got a message. I don't know if that's from you, Breezy, or not, but my assistant is driving right now. She just texted me, so she's not going to respond because she's driving. So, you know, just relax, okay? Not sure if you're trying to make a deposit for services or not. You say you're trying to make it to the bank. It's 3:30. You got an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if you're making a deposit to make a payment for something. But I do bank with PNC, First Citizens, for my business account, just so you know. Let's see, I can transfer my credit to my checking account if I'm banking with whatever banks I'm with. Okay, I'm confused about that. All right, but yeah, it can definitely take you from a 0 point to a high point very fast. You'll be able to, you know, pull out cash and do things you weren't normally able to do. But let me get these questions. I want y'all to feel like I'm ignoring y'all. Is it easy to get a loan from Navy Federal Credit Union? It really is. Navy Federal doesn't have a lot of stickler laws. You know, as long as you can show proof of income, you can get a loan from them pretty easy. Credit cards, for most part, at least for your first one, you shouldn't even have to show any type of proof of income. But for your second one, you will. Let's see. I saw another video from you, I believe, about Navy Federal and getting cards easy from them. Yes, it is easy to get cards from them. How many inquiries can you have to get a Chase card? I wouldn't go over really with them, with Chase. I would apply for them first before I apply for anybody else. If you've applied already, you have some inquiries. I would say like 3, to be honest, because they're very hard on inquiries. I wouldn't go over 3. Let's see. Questions. I have 13 inquiries that I would like to have removed, including a collection from Verizon. With that go on, that would raise my credit real high. Then after that, I would try to get primaries and AU trade lines because I have intentions of getting a house. Can you do that? That would help. Yes, I do collections removals with my sweep services and inquiry removals. Right now, they're on special for $40 per inquiry if you want to get those removed, okay? Do you happen to know what your credit score needs to be for Navy Federal and Chase? That is an open-ended question because there's not a set answer to that. It's not really about your credit score. Like I said, it's about your credit profile. Your credit score can be 650 and get $10,000 with Navy. It just depends on what your credit profile looks like. What's your history look like? You know, you just have to. I have to look at your profile in order to say exactly. You know, there's no set score you have to have. You just need to have your score look pretty decent. I mean, but they basically give away money. You know, and that's one thing, you all. You know, I get like, hey, my score is 585. Can you help me get to 730 next month? Well, even if I clean your credit, don't mean you're gonna be at 730. Your credit can get clean. Your credit can be at 600, and you can stay still at that point. You may not have primaries or AUs in order to bump your score up. So, you got to make sure that and I don't mind answering questions, but some questions is very hard to answer without looking at your credit. Everybody's credit is different. Somebody else has a 735, and you got a 735. Y'all are not the same. Their credit was built differently to get their 735. So they probably have more purchasing power than you do, but y'all got the same score. That's why you can't go by just a score. Okay? If it was that easy with a score, everybody would be getting credit cards of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I promise you. Let's see. Let me get this here. If I owe a Navy Federal credit card, but I know they are great account to have, how should I go about this? Repay them and reapply, or just get them removed? If your credit card is in collections, you just get it removed. You can go back to them, but you want to get it removed off your credit first. Remember, when you're applying for credit online, it's all done through a computer system. So, they're running your credit. They're not really running you through their system unless you're in check systems. Then they can see that if you're trying to get an account that way. But if it's just your credit card, you can get that removed and apply and get another card right after that once it's removed. I'm asking if I wanted to turn my credit into cash. Is it easy for me to transfer my credit into my account with the bank I'm banking with and have credit with? Every credit card company is different. Certain credit cards you can pull out, do the cash advance. Some credit cards you can make deposits, like Discover. And I'm making a video. I actually made a video already. I'm going to post that video about it. So with Discover, they have offers to where they can give you money. Like they'll give you up to 100% of your account depositing into your checking account if if your credit qualifies. They do different offers every month where they might say, hey, we got an offer to transfer money from one account to another account. If you want to transfer money over here, 0% interest for the first 12 months, some crap like that. And then y'all almost caught me slipping. And then you can also not select that and just select, I want to transfer money from my card to my checking account. And that money will be in your account within 48 hours. But it all depends on what credit card you have. There's not a set answer for that. Every credit card is not going to give you cash. A lot of credit cards don't even have cash advances. And some of those cash advances for some banks are only like $500 for a cash advance. But one way to do it, here's a credit hack. Let's say you go into Walmart for an example, okay? And you use your credit card. You want to buy 2 big screen TVs, 2 MacBooks, something like that. So what you want to do is take $100 of your debit card, use that for the payment, and then take the other part and pay it all off with your credit card. So let's say the balance was $4,000, right? Put $100 in your checking account, your check card. Use the other $3,900 from your credit card. Take it, return it back to the store, and have them credit the money to your debit card. That is a quick way to actually get a cash advance without actually having to get a cash advance. So you can use that cash, do what you need to do with it, and it's actually counted as a purchase and not a cash advance, which cash advances cost you more money. So you made that purchase. You might have a card that has no interest for the first 12 months, 18 months. And now you just made a purchase, which that's interest free. And you just got the cash back on your debit card. Now, every store won't do that. All right. You have to find the right store that does that. A lot of Walmarts, you can catch them slipping. Office Depots, stuff like that. You can buy something real big and then return it. And because on your receipt it has that you use that card, they'll just swipe the card and get that money back on that card. Okay? A little quick credit hack to get that cash advance a different way. Okay? Let's see. Don't you need an invite to get into Navy Federal? Not an invite. You need to know somebody who works there. Not works there. that'd be helpful. You got a family member who's a part of Navy, or you can actually just tell them that you had a grandfather who was in the armed forces, or grandmother, and maybe they passed away. You're not able to access them, and they'll give you an account that way. Because there's no way to actually verify if your grandma or grandfather was in the service or not. So this is not to knock anybody who was in the service, okay? And anybody who got paid from the service, say it is the first. Salute. You got your paycheck today, that first and 15th check. Let's see. How can I get a Navy Federal account if I don't know any armed forces people? Yeah, I just answered that. Yeah. Tell them that your uncle or your grandma or your grandfather was in the armed forces. They can't verify that. I learned that from a guy who actually works there. Don't you have to be a member? Navy. Yes, you got to be a member to get a credit card. Is it better to call reconsideration lines or call providers if they're denied the first time? Yes, call the reconsideration line if they have one. Every account does not have one, though. Okay. Let's say I have about $2,000 in debt. Is it $800 for your credit sweep service? Yes. If that's all you have. Doing a sweep, does it cost more to sweep off closed accounts with $0 at bankruptcy? Okay, so if you have a high amount of closed accounts that don't have balances, it will cost a little bit more than $800. So it might be $1,000, you know, but it won't be that much more. It'll just be, you know, a little bit more work to get off those other accounts. Now, if the balances are not zero, then of course that's going to be added onto that calculation. I have different price points depending on how much debt you have to do the sweeps. Now, for bankruptcies are a different monster. Okay, so let's say you've got $5K in debt, which is going to be $800, and then you go and say you have a bankruptcy on top of that, which is showing a $0 balance on the bankruptcy, but that's additional. That's going to be at least $600 for that bankruptcy. And like I said, I'm saying at least because then prices might change if somebody watches the video later on. Okay, so $600 is what it is right now. Okay, so you're looking at $800 plus $600, that's $1,400. Now, let's say on top of that, you have a repo. That repo is $10,000. Well, that's going to have to go into that whole amount that you have total. So you got $15,000 plus $5,000. So you actually have $20,000 plus a bankruptcy. So that $20,000, you're going to pay 10% of that, which is going to be $2,000. Plus you're going to pay for the bankruptcy, which is $600. So now you're paying $2,600 to remove the $20K in debt you have with the repossession and the bankruptcy. My apologies. So the prices are going to go up and up and up depending on how much debt and what your number of accounts are and what type of accounts. The ones that are going to cost you the most on the account side is going to be the bankruptcies, the repos, stuff like that. Also, what can cost the most as well could be student loans, because you might have a high amount of student loans you want to get removed. Now, people hit me up about student loans and they want to get those removed. Okay, now you can get those removed if they're in negative status or if they're not, if it's hurting your credit to debt ratio. But you may not need to get it removed because it may be your oldest account that you have. If it's the oldest account that you have, you need to keep that as long as there's nothing negative on that account. All right, because that can affect you getting approved for funding. All right, so you want to keep that there if it's not negative. Now, if you're buying a house and that student loan is preventing you from having the right credit to debt ratio to close on that house or to get the house that you want to buy, then of course, yes, remove that. But if you're not buying a house right now and that's not affecting you, you know, don't remove that account. But if it is negative, remove it. You can get rid of it. All right. That also goes for, okay, here's another thing. people hit me up for these credit sweeps, and they don't know that they need certain accounts removed. Every collection you have will not be listed under collections. Say that again. Every collection you have is not listed under collections. It can be in your accounts and be a collection. It can say collection right up under there, but not be in the collection section. So make sure you're looking at your profile the right way. If you don't want me to do a credit consultation because you don't want to pay for it, that's totally fine. But make sure you know what you're looking for on your own report. Okay? Also, go up under your closed accounts. Closed accounts can still have balances on them and also be collections. And you just may not see it. All right? Bankruptcies as well as repossessions are going to show in odd places as well. And it may only show on one credit report. It may not show on all three. It might just show on one. So you might be looking at only one report saying, I don't have any collection, I don't have any repos, but you haven't looked at the other two. So make sure you're diving into that whole entire report. If you're looking at a credit monitoring service, I would look at Experian.com's credit monitoring service. It's very easy to find everything. Getting accounts removed. Now, if you got a closed account, even if it's closed and has no balance whatsoever, it can have 30-day lates. You could have had 5 late payments at somewhere in the past. And you know for a fact if you had late payments, for the most part, okay? You should know without a doubt that when you had the Lowe's credit card, you missed 4 payments, okay? You should know that. Now, you've already paid it off now. It's done and it's closed. But that closed account still affects you. When they run your credit, they're going to see all 4 of those late payments on that closed account. And you're thinking, well, it's closed, it's done, it doesn't hurt me. No, it hurts you. So that closed account has to be a part of your sweep if you want that. If you're going to pay for a sweep, that it's already a zero balance. That should already be included in your sweep. But if you write to me and you fill out my sweep thing and you're saying, okay, this is what I want removed, I'm going to remove whatever you tell me to remove because you're not paying for a consult. You're telling me I have X, Y, and Z, that I have this much debt. You fill out the information, you send me your card and all that kind of stuff. You want me to get this off of your credit. I'm going to get that off of your credit. Now, I might ask you, okay, are you 100% sure? Are you positive? I can do a consult for you. I can have my assistant do it and cost you less money. They're like, no, this is what I got. I'm 100% sure. Okay, so if I'm going to remove only that stuff. Now, if you want to come back and say, well, I forgot or I didn't notice I had this, you have to pay again. I can't go back. I have to do the whole process again. That's why I'm trying to let you know. If you don't know, without a shadow of a doubt, of how to read your credit report, it's very important to get a consult. Yes, it costs money, but you got to get a consult. It's just like, let me say the best way to put this. All right. You may know how to do something and you may think you know everything about it, but sometimes knowing everything about it or thinking you know everything about it can actually hurt you. Now, people who know me in the credit world, whether they're on YouTube or not, they know I'm very humble when it comes to learning stuff. Because I don't act like I know everything, because there's always going to be new game you can learn. All right? And so I pay for information. I pay for knowledge because I'm like, yo, I don't know that stuff. I need to learn that stuff. Okay? And I don't mind being that humble person and getting that knowledge. And sometimes people call me and try to tell me about stuff, and I don't mind listening, but also understand that it's the way you say things. Okay, so make sure that if you got some knowledge to give me, don't make it so like you're trying to tell me what to do and all that when you're calling me for my services. Okay, so but yeah, just be humble enough to maybe get a consult if you think you need it, or if you're not 100% sure, don't be 90% sure, be 100% sure, and you know, let me do what I'm supposed to do. Let me do what I'm good at. All right. Let me look at some questions here or some comments. Make sure I don't miss anything. Do you have any suggestions on credit cards for bad credit similar to my Drills Club? Also, any lender with flexible underwriting to purchase a car with bad credit? Chris Jones, may I ask what state you're calling from? Or not calling, what state you're messaging from? probably has some insight on that. No debt should be listed outside a bankruptcy. Okay. Thank you for this. What I was talking about. Good job, Jay. Okay. Then you should require people. Well, I don't want to require people to do that because people feel like I'm trying to make them spend more money. That's all I'm trying. I'm not trying to make you spend money. I'm trying to make you understand that, you know, reading some people don't know how to read the reports. Some people do, you know, and that's why I just ask, are you sure? Whatever you're sure about, I'm good with. But I don't want you to come back and be like, oh, I forgot something after I've already submitted the profile. Because now that I submitted the profile, if I got to do a whole other resubmission, that's a whole nother amount of work I got to do over again. I'd rather get everything at the same time. Bam, I can compile it and file it. But if I can't do that, you know, you got to pay extra to get that one item that you missed off because you didn't look at your credit report the right way. So sometimes it took me today. That's why I'm doing this so late. I was actually going through with one of my clients who I went to high school with. And I went through it twice. And I still missed one thing. And I had to go back and look. I was like, oh, I forgot that. That's why I went through it so many times. So even me, I will make a mistake into looking into what this person needs because I'm doing a consultation for him. So I'm looking at exactly what he needed. And he did it sweet. And, you know, I made sure to be thorough. I went through every bureau. I clicked on every account and opened up every account. And I did it twice. That took me another 45 minutes to go through every account and look at if there's any missed payments, if there's anything that could be, that could hurt him. I went through every single account he's ever had. All right. And he's my age because we went to school together. So it's very important. If you're going to do your own evaluation, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I will not make anybody pay for a consultation. I'm just saying that be thorough if you're going to do it yourself. Be thorough and don't get mad at me if you're not thorough. Okay? Because you paying for whatever you told me to take off. That's what I'm going to take off of your credit. Okay? Let me see. What up, Jay? You get some inquiries removed, or you got a question about it? Let's see. I've heard that you need to have a minimum balance of $1,500 in your bank account to be approved for credit card funding. I've never heard that before in my life. I know people who have $5 in my, like, look, when I applied for my Navy card, my first Navy Federal credit card, I opened the account with $5, and I got $20K credit card. 4 months later, I opened my second credit card. I got $15K. All I had to do was send them a copy of some bank statements. It's proof of income. You know, you can send them pay stubs. So all I had to do, sent them that. Since I sent that, $15K credit card. And I had $5 in my checking account when I got that $20K. Okay? So you don't need to get the soft inquiries removed. Soft inquiries do not hurt you, sir. You don't let anybody sell you on that. You don't need the soft inquiries taken off. That does not hurt your credit anyway. Anytime you pull your Credit Karma, you're pulling a soft inquiry yourself. If you check your Credit Karma every single day, you're doing a soft inquiry every single day. So there's no point in trying to get those removed. That doesn't hurt your credit at all. Does not hurt your score whatsoever. Okay. Which credit bureau is the fastest to remove hard inquiries? Oh, that's probably a tie. A tie between TransUnion and Equifax. That would be the, yeah, tie between Trans. I think the fastest I've seen TransUnion and Equifax, one of those, it was like 2 days. 2 days from when they actually got the submission. So I submitted it. And then once I got it verified that it was received, within 48 hours, they were gone. So I would say one of those two. Okay, let's see. Also, can you remove hard inquiries, which I have an account for? Yes, I can remove any hard inquiries you have an account for. Before, I wasn't able to do that last year when, you know, I actually made a video about hard inquiry removal. You can actually look at my records about that, where I talk about in that video, I can only remove account holding inquiries. But now I can remove whether you have an account with them or not. You could have just got the account today and got approved. I can take that inquiry off for you. Okay? So any accounts that you have that are hold on to those inquiries, we can get that inquiry removed and you can still keep the account. Okay? Let's see. Credit is queen. That's right. Cash is king. How much for a consultation? With my assistant is $25. With me is $75. You get the same information. You're just going through me, and I just have to take my time to do it. Which when I get off the phone or get off this this live, I'm basically going back on the computer. I got to finish up some funding with one of my, I don't know if he's watching right now, but we just got him. He's got $4,000 with a Best Buy credit card. He's in check systems as well, so there's certain banks that he just cannot apply for. So I'm going through all of my list of credit card companies where I know they won't pull check systems at all or that won't affect them in any way. So we just got him 4K with that. We got him 2 Amexes. We got him a Barclays, but the Barclays, we don't know what the amount is yet, so they send the letter. So right now he's looking at, let's see, 11, 15, and then whatever Barclays give them. So hopefully they give him at least 5, so he'll be at 20K as we're trying to, keep going with his funding. And so, when I got the phone, I got to hit him back because he wants to get his inquiries taken off so he can start applying for some more Experian, cards. So we're going to go do it, do some more, get Experian off in a couple of days, and then go back and run it up with those credit card companies, maybe get them 50K. But right now it would be about around 20K. That still depends on Barclays though. Okay. So you're just paying for my time. That's what you're paying for. Nothing special, just my time. Let's see. Hi, Jay. My credit score is 832. Hey, 832. Man, look, you're killing me right now. I'm not there. Right now I'm at 770 because I did, buy a house, and I do have some utilization because me doing some upgrades and everything like that using my credit cards. But hey, big ups to that 832. That's sexy right there. How do I get a perfect FICO of 850? Oh, man. I would say, these just personally, because I don't have one. So, I'll be speaking from, like, my wife has an 805. Her score is higher than mine. You know what I'm saying? But because right now I'm doing certain things with my credit, it's different. Now, I would say get your credit utilization up under 5%. Make sure you have at least 20 accounts open or closed, total accounts. Have 20 accounts that you've ever had in your life. Make sure you got 20. Make sure your average credit history is 9 years. Average out of all of your accounts. Make sure it's like 9 years. 10 would be good. And utilization at 1%. Don't make it 0. Make it 1% for utilization. Credit to debt ratio. Make sure make sure your debt is paid down to about 10% of your income that you have reported with the credit bureaus. Trying to think what else you can do to get that score up. It's very hard to lock in that elusive 850 though, but these are just tips that I know will definitely give you that boost. Another thing is, on one of your credit cards that you have, make sure you have the cash to pay this though. Okay, but run that credit card up a good amount, like a good 5K, 3K, something like that, right? As soon as it posts on that, pay it. Pay the whole thing off. Pay the whole 5K. Once it reports, pay that whole 5K down. Make sure there's some balance left on there to whatever you keep $5, $10 in there, something like that, so it can report something. But make a big purchase and pay off a big purchase. That'll boost that score up a little bit too, besides having that lower utilization. Okay, but that 850 is elusive, man. If you get that 850, definitely holler at me. Let me know when you hit that, okay? That's a great thing. But that's just a little tip, though, all right? Inquiry removals right now, they're normally $50 per inquiry per bureau. Right now, I have lowered the price by $10 to $40 per inquiry. I am willing to lower it a little bit more depending on how many you have. So let's say if you've got like 50 inquiries or more, I'll bring it down to about 35. That's the lowest I can go on those inquiries. But most people are charging 50. But right now, like I say, you can get it for 40, 35, depending on how many you need to get removed. You want to have at least 5 at one time. Please do not call me because you want to get just one removed. It's not even worth the time to do that for $35. So, or $40, let me say. So, have at least 5 you want removed before you call me. Is Fingerhut a primary? It is a primary. Look at the rest of your message. Fingerhut pulls your credit. They're gonna give you an inquiry, and they're not gonna give you enough money, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. That's why I don't talk about them much. They might give you $300, $500, but they're gonna pull your credit, and they're going to, you know, not really give you increases. They don't really give increases like that. And like I said, I had them, so I know. I had them for all that time, and they gave me a temporary increase for like 3 months, as long as I made a purchase. But I didn't want to buy anything that 3 months, so that they basically gave it to me for 3 months and then took it right back. You know, it was just stupid. So I don't suggest them. They're not bad, I just don't suggest them. Can I get a repo removed? Yes, you sure can. Through the credit sweep service, you can get that removed. You can also get it done through my regular credit repair service as well. It'll just take a longer period of time to get it off. It depends on where you are financially and what you want to do. Boost to get to 700. I'm close to 600 right now. Alex, the sweep is only going to help you if you're trying to remove negative items. Okay, if you want to get more of a boost and you don't have any negative items, you need to get some trade lines that are authorized user like to boost that score up. Okay, because like I said, this is somebody from somebody who works at Experian. For every year of AU that you get added to your profile, that's about 8 points that can boost your score. So if you got a 5-year AU added, that's 8 times 5. That's 40-point boost in your score by adding that AU. So AU still work no matter what the haters say. Let's see. I did skip your question. My apologies. Let me go back. What's good? Buy something to stay away from the credit suite. Yeah, I thought I did just answer that question. My bad. Let's see. How much to remove child support? Child support, it depends on how much debt it is. Okay? You know, it depends on how much debt you have. That'll determine how much it's going to cost. It can cost $1,000. It can cost $3,000. It could cost $5,000. It just depends on how much you got. How much do you have? I can give you a price. Any suggestions for Florida? Hold up. Let me go back to your first question first before I make sure I'm answering your question right. Tampa, Florida. One second. Any suggestions for credit cards? For Tampa, Florida, secured cards, which I don't really do a lot of secured cards. They are a good way to boost your own credit score, though. You can actually get one and then just add more money to it to boost your score the next month because it show that credit line increase. But other bad credit cards that I don't mention in my video, you don't really need more than that. Those 4 are really all you need. You don't really need to get more. Actually, one of my clients asked me today, should they get, we've already got proof like 7 or 1, 2, 3, 4, waiting on 5. We already got proof of 4 credit cards, plus he's already got my Juice Club. He asked me, hey, should I go ahead and get the other ones you mentioned in the videos? And I'm like, no, there's no point. You've already got these primaries that have these big limits. There's no point in getting that on top of that. You only get those other program cards to help lower your utilization. Sorry, tongue-tied there. Lower your utilization, as well as help you establish credit. But if you've already established it and you're already getting primaries, then there's no point in getting those unless you're just getting very, very low limits when you're applying for credit. So to answer your question, I don't know any ones right now that do for bad credit. But like I said, the ones I mentioned are all you need because you can come just use those and then get some AUs, and then get some major credit cards, and you won't need to have to worry about any more bad credit cards that way. You just kind of piggyback on those, and then get those AUs, piggyback on those, then just use that as a catalyst to produce you some high limit credit cards, so you have to worry about no more bad credit type of credit cards. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I have a video. I have 2 videos on it. One of them is called $14,000 in primary trade lines. You just got to click on that video. The links are in the video. They're highlighted in blue. They're hyperlinked. You can watch the video in its entirety, listen to it, and then click on the links, or you can just go find it, click on the links, and sign up for it. Okay, and those give you those primaries you need. Let's see. I have 5 late payments with Capital One. I've had the card 7 years, been on time the past 2 years. I've called, dispute, wrote a good will letter to dispute them. I cannot get it off. Can you help me? If so, how much? Yes, I'm glad that you gave me all that description. I appreciate that information. Those late payments can come off. You know, goodwill letters, they work sometimes they don't. Now, going through my credit repair service, you're going to need to go through the traditional way. You don't need to go through the sweet way, because the sweet way does not delete the late payments. It deletes the whole entire account. So we're going to have to go through the J Knows credit way of removing those from your profile. Now, how long is that going to take? Hard to say, but I can give you what to look for as far as how long it may take. I give you a window, but I can't give you an exact, because it's not going to be a sweep, which I give you an exact with a sweep. It could take about 4 months. It could take about 8 months on the high end to get those late payments off. That may not be what you want to hear, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to tell you nothing to blow smoke up your, you know what, okay? So late payments are a lot harder, but because it's been over a year, it makes it less, okay? Like I said, I know it may not be what you want to hear, but those late payments are a monster. Now, is it possible it can come off in 1 month? It is possible. It's just not realistic, okay? But I won't be doing any goodwill letters. I'll tell you that right now. Is the Open Sky credit card better than the Capital One or Discover It, since it doesn't do a credit check, even though it has an annual fee? Well, the credit check can be bad because it gives you an inquiry, but I can remove the inquiry, so that may not be bad for you. You got to pay a little bit of money. So if you got to pay annual fee anyway, is the annual fee more than 40 bucks or 50 bucks? Because that's how much it costs to take the inquiry off. You know, so if the annual fee is a factor of separating them, oh, it's 35. Okay, so it's about the same. But if you're going to keep the card every year, you're paying $40 a year for 10 years, and you're paying for the inquiry to be removed one time. And you can get the other card that doesn't have an annual fee and just get the inquiry removed for $40 once and not pay $40 for 10, 20 years to keep the card. Right? Let's see. Is checking your credit daily because you're OCD yet? Hey, I check my credit all the time. Like, all the time. So don't worry about that. It doesn't change your credit score by checking your credit whatsoever. It doesn't negatively affect you whatsoever. Checking your own credit does not hurt you, period. There's no way to check your own credit and it hurts you. Like I said, those soft inquiries don't hurt you. Every time you open up your credit report, it is a soft inquiry. It doesn't hurt your credit score at all. Yep, it's only a soft pull. Correct. How long will it take to get the repo off? If you're talking about a sweep, it can take up to 60 days. And I say 60 days because it's 45 business days for the credit sweep. All right, that's the most it'll take. It can come off before that. I just cover my bases, kind of under promise, over deliver, if you will. All right. Not a sweep. For not a sweep, it can take 10 months. It could take a year. It could take 2 months. When you're dealing with traditional ways of doing the credit repair, which I'm going to be doing. And when I say traditional, I mean that it's more of a letter writing format. Now, my letter writing format is a whole lot different than somebody else's letter writing format. They might be writing the same exact letter, same exact way. That ain't what I do. I have a whole process of getting things off a little bit better, where you're not paying for 3 years like, you know, them other credit repair services that you might be going through. My services you're only paying for 6 months, but you're not, even though I might be doing something for 10 months, you're not paying for 10 months. You're paying for 6 months only. So it's a beautiful thing to not have to know that your credit's still being worked on, but you've only paid for 6 months. Okay. Thanks so much. I heard soft inquiries make hard inquiries disappear over time. You know, actually, I heard that too. Okay. But here's the thing. Let's talk for a minute. Okay. If a soft inquiry, every time you do a soft inquiry, it helps push away your hard inquiries, right? Let's get that. Let's entertain that. All right. We can go through and pull up 20 different companies that do a soft pull, and do that every single day or week or whatever for a whole year. Have you ever seen an inquiry? Okay, you might pull yourself right now. You might be pulling down for the whole year, trying to get your credit fixed for the whole last year. Anybody who's been watching this, have you seen any inquiry fall off your credit report before the 2-year period? If you have, where it just fell off, you don't have any credit repair going on, nothing, and it's supposed to be 2 years before it's supposed to be falling off. Okay, if it fell off way before that, if anybody can tell me that it has, please find that person and please have them comment on one of my videos, because I've never seen that. Not saying it's not possible, I just never seen it. Okay, so I'm humble enough that if you know that that process has worked for somebody that I can touch and see, and you know they can show me exact, I'll make a video on it if it's possible. I just never seen it. Okay. Right, exactly. Can you remove a redeemed repo remark from a credit report? Absolutely, Clyde. Sure can do that. Christopher, I appreciate that. Thanks so much. I heard soft inquiries make hard inquiries disappear over time. Okay, yep. It worked for you? Jimmy, please tell me how that worked. Or tell me, like, all right, so you had an inquiry and it's supposed to fall off in let's say it's supposed to fall off in July, okay? And it just fell off automatically by itself. What did you do? I mean, if you don't mind sharing, because I just don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to be funny with you whatsoever. I just don't know. I'm okay with saying I don't know something. I've seen people talk about it. I'm just like, I don't know how that works. I removed my own inquiries, so I don't have to do that process, of course. But for people who are watching this, I'll keep this video up. They can actually see that comment. And if you can explain to them, how you did it, unless that's something that one of your services or something, I just don't know how to do that. Really don't. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, first of the month, let's see, I had 5 since 2017 that were supposed to fall off in 2019. Fell off before a year, and I'm down to 3. Okay, great. Like, how many soft inquiries did you have to do in order for them to fall off? In order to get one to fall off, how many soft do you have to do? And is there a special type of soft inquiry? Is it not like a regular check my credit karma? Is it a special soft inquiry that actually makes them move off over time? While he's pulling that up, I'm just curious about that. Very curious about that. All right. Anyway, so for this weekend, if you are on your credit journey right now, and let's say on your credit journey, you're still not where you want to be. You're still not getting high limit credit cards. You want high limit credit cards. You want to get approved for a car, things like that. this weekend, compile all your bills, compile your credit card debts, um, compile your loans, and make a plan of action. Like, don't wait in order for all of your stuff to get removed off your credit. Don't wait for your credit to be 700, 800. Make a plan of action now, so that way, when your credit is clean, if you're cleaning it yourself or whatever, somebody's cleaning it for you, or you're saving up to have it cleaned off, get your money right, get your cash set up, put some cash away for emergency funds. Don't spend all your cash on stuff. You get a refund check, don't go out and just blow it. I don't care if it's for credit services. Save some money, all right? I mean, you may need some credit to get more cash. Understand that too. Make sure you save something though. Like, don't spend it all on just stuff or services. Like, put some money away. Get that refund you're supposed to be getting. And here's another surprise. A lot of y'all not getting no refunds this year. A lot of y'all are not getting big refunds this year. If you talk about you probably getting 10,000, you get 10K every year. This year will not be like that. So please make sure you set your expectations correctly when you go to that tax office, okay? You will not be getting that much money that you think you'll be getting, okay? So be prepared. Don't be going and spending before you get it. Don't go blow your check right now because you got the refund check coming later on this month. And you haven't actually applied yet, all right? Set your expectations the right way. I'm just being real, okay? Set them the right way. Don't blow a check this year. Do not buy rims, even though you want them. Wait for the right timing, okay? In my neighborhood and in most neighborhoods around here, you'll see people driving around with an old Jeep Grand Cherokee from 1980, an old Honda Accord, not a brand new Mercedes. I got a 2006 BMW. It's a 06. You can count them years, okay? It's paid off. All right? Hey, don't get them 24s, man. Don't do it. Don't go to rent and roll. No rent and roll this year. No M&M car paint. None of that. Don't put no polo horses on your rims. Don't do that. Not this year. Let's graduate from that. Buy some real estate. Invest in a franchise. Put 5K and buy a food truck. Buy some clippers and cut hair mobily. Get you a massage table. Do mobile massages. Get some fresh oils, some herbs and mints and something. Get a liquor license and be a mobile bartender. Buy some alcohol from the ABC store and flip it. Do something. Just don't blow your money, okay? Don't blow your money. Do something for it to help you. Save some money. Don't be broke by April. Don't go into the summer trying to do something or trying to stunt. Forget stunting. I'm at home. You might see me at home all the time. I'm at home, all right? This is my house. I'm at home, all right? I'm not out. I'm at home. Be happy at home sometimes. Save that bread, Grocery shop. Eat at home. Don't be a Red Lobster this year. Don't have Red Lobster packed when refund check time hits. Okay? Hey, save some bread. If you're gonna invest in some organic foods. Get your body right. Get your body in alignment. Go to the chiropractor twice a week so that way you can stand up straight. Get your butt checked out. You know what I'm saying? If you got any type of things going on down there, you a man, get that checked out down there. Get your stuff checked out. Get your tops checked out. I know that might sound not credit-like, but for real, like, invest properly, because I say credit is queen, cash is king for a reason. Save some bread, but invest the right way if you're trying to flip your money. And don't go broke trying to shine. Don't go broke trying to do that. Them folks don't care about you. Nobody cares about what outfit you had on last week. Nobody cares about what kind of sweater I had on last week or a hoodie. Nobody cares about that, truly. Nobody cares that much. Hey, bro, I remember last year you had that nice hoodie on, but that hoodie was fire, bro. It was like 6 months ago, but that hoodie, nobody says that to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving you some real life impartation, okay, for the weekend. It's the weekend. It's Friday. Yes, you want to have a good time. I'm not knocking good times. But there's a week where it's Friday and you can't afford to have a good time. Even though you got an extra $500. The extra $500 needs to go to your savings account because you don't got one yet. Or it's not built big enough yet. Or it doesn't cover all your monthly expenses yet. Okay? You need to have at least 6 months saved up of expenses. You might lose your job tomorrow. Your job ain't promised. You lose your job, you lose your house, you lose your apartment, you lose your car because it gets repoed. Anything can happen. Somebody can piss you off. You know, you get in a fight. You know, they don't like you. Your nose is too big. Go home. I don't like you. Go home. You stand me up. You do a better job than me. You need to go home. You know what? I like the way you looked at me. Go home. You know what? You don't talk white enough. Go home. You don't fit the bill here. I don't like your hair. You got dreadlocks. Go home. You know what? The new CEO don't like you. Anything can happen. Anything like that can happen. You feel what I'm saying? Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, you look sexy in that skirt. You need to wear more skirts. You know, oh, if you're not going to let me compliment you on your skirts, you need to go home because you don't fit the bill here. You know, you know, I could look at somebody else pretty today. You know, anything can happen. Like, any type of stuff can happen. It can piss you off, make you go over the cliff, whatever, talking about, you know, anything. They can cut jobs. You see what happened now with the government shutdown, okay? And people were still going to work, which I don't understand because I wouldn't keep going to work. You're not paying me. But I understand because they're trying to keep their jobs and they're trying to make sure that they still got to feed their families, but they couldn't even feed them for that period of time. You know, and now what are they supposed to do? Like, how are they supposed to eat? And people lost cars and everything because they couldn't operate for 2-3 months without that job. And these folks make $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 a year, but have no money saved up for emergencies like that. A lot of folks work right through it with no problem. Didn't even have no issue. Didn't even get the back pay. And they got 1 year saved up of expenses. They good. For most people, they didn't have that. All right? So, what you should do, this is just information for me. You got to listen to nothing I say. Who am I? Okay? But if you're watching this, you're paying attention a little bit, save up some money. All right? Your first step out of an emergency fund. Save up $1,500 in the emergency fund. And then stop. And then I want you to put a few more dollars in there and keep investing that in that emergency fund, as well as put money in your savings account. Your savings account is not your emergency fund. Two different things. $1,500 in here. Once you get $1,500 in there, stop. Then, at the same time, once you get $1,500, put money in your savings and put it into your emergency fund. Okay? Now, that savings account is for savings. You don't touch it. Emergency fund, you can touch it if it's an emergency. It's not another checking account. There's a difference. All right? Try to put in that emergency fund, try to make it cover all your monthly expenses. If you don't know what those are, you need to write those down. Write down rent, lights, water, gas, cable, cell phone, internet, shoe money, bill money, have fun money, eating out, groceries, clothes for the kids, health insurance, daycare. Write all that stuff down. Because more people I talk to don't know they got bills. How do you not know you have bills? You should know you have bills. You need to write those down. Put them in your iPhone, Android, calendar, whatever. You need to know what you need to pay and when it's due. No bill should surprise you. Not one. No bill should surprise you. If a bill surprises you, it's because you don't have the organization in place to know what you need to be paying. All right? So get that stuff written down. Know where your money is going. Know what you're doing with your money. When you get paid, and after you pay all of your bills, you never paid yourself. You're doing it backwards. You pay yourself first before you pay any bills. Always pay you first. And paying you does not mean getting your nails done. It does not mean buying new Jordans. Pay you first and put money into your savings and your emergency fund. After you do that, you pay everybody else. You don't pay nobody else until you pay yourself. If you don't do it that way, you will always be sad. You will have anxiety. You'll be mad at the world. You'll be mad to quit your job every week because you never pay you. and you're the most important person in your life, besides because you love your kids, you love God, you love all that, and you love your husband and wife, that's fine. But what about you? You got to love you enough to pay yourself. Pay you before you pay the bill collectors. I promise you, you'll feel better if you do that. And I didn't even mean to make this into a sermon about that. I'm sorry. I kind of went on a tangent. Let me go back into my notes here. My bad. Let's see. I'm going all the way back up. Make sure I get these first questions. And so if Jay knows credit is working on my credit, should I be working on it too? And why not so much of a refund this year? Because they changed the tax laws. A lot of the tax laws is different. Now people can't claim as much. They're not going to get as much earned income credit. They're not going to get as much money as far as claiming for their kids. You can only claim 2 of those kids as well. So that check's going to be cut a lot for a lot of people. That's why I say that. Let's see. I have a graphics design company with LLC. I need funding. That's how I found out. And sub to you. What's the best way to contact you about it? 18333 J knows. Jimmy, 18333 J knows. You might get my assistant. Okay. But she'll get in contact with me about talking with you. Okay. Let's see. Build credit is like building a house, period. The less credit utilization you have, the higher your credit score will be. Facts, Christopher, facts. Get surgery. Can you make a J Nose trading channel? I want to learn. So what I'm thinking about, and you can let me know. I'm thinking about just making a J Nose, just J Nose, and just having that brand and channel to where that channel covers a whole lot of things. So you see like a little graphic at the beginning of my channel that just say J Knows, and it'll have a whole lot of other highlights of what things that Jay does know. And as I learn more things, I'll be like Bo Knows. You know Bo Knows back in the 80s and 90s. You know, Bo Knows football, Bo Knows. I don't know. I just popped in my head. But it'll have that. And as I learn more stuff, I'll, release more things that I know. And if I don't know it, I'll tell you that I'm learning it while I'm trying to get to know it. So it won't be nothing I'm just making up. But Jay does know taxes. Jay does know some investments, because I do know some day trading. And Jay does know credit. But I know how to fix phones. Jay knows how to dance. Jay knows a lot of other stuff as well. But as I get more things up on my belt, I'll kind of add that and build upon that. But thank you for that information. I am trying to get there where I can do other Jay knows stuff. That's a preview. As adults, we need to stuff. A refresher adult course from time to time. Reality check. Yep. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. But yeah, do the right things with your money. Okay. Another thing. All right. My hair. I'm growing my hair out. My beard's not cut. I can clean up. I got clippers. I can go cut it. I just don't want to cut it because I'm trying to grow it out. Can I make it edge up? I might edge this up tonight. I might make it look cleaner. My wife want me to make it look cleaner or whatever. I'll make it look a little bit cleaner. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. Unless my wife comments about it, I don't worry about it. I'm not trying to impress people. Can I get an edge up? I can cut that. Cut my widow's peak. But I'm not trying to shine. I don't need to shine on people. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to shine in order to show that I have something. Nothing wrong with flexing every once in a while. You want to do a little flex. You don't want to go out and look terrible when you go out and things of that nature. But it is a time and place to do all that. It really is. And some people, I was telling my friend this earlier. Okay? Some people buy a Gucci belt out of season. And I don't mean they bought one from last season. I mean they bought one not in the right timing. Not in the right season they're supposed to buy it. Okay? So you buy a $300, $700 Gucci belt. Right? But your car payment ain't paid up 3 to 6 months. See, my car payment for my wife is paid up 6 months. Because I bought her another car. I bought her a Suburban. I have an old 2006 Beamer. It's got 180,000. I bought a new engine for it, so it's got 120,000 miles on the engine. I'm good. It doesn't have no X drive. It ain't got no other features. It's got leather and it's gold, but it's paid for. I paid my wife's car up 3 months in advance. Now it's a new month, so I can pay another month in advance. Okay? I got my mortgage paid up 3 months in advance, which I'm about to pay it up 6 months in advance. Okay? And I say that to where now I can, I can do other, if I need to spend some money on something, I can do it and not have to worry about, oh man, my bills. I'm not saying emergency fund totally different. Got money in emergency fund too and in savings. But also it's already paid. I've already spent the money to pay them in advance. Okay? So if I want to spend some money tonight, I can do that and not even have to think twice about it. Everybody can't do that. They might spend it, but they already know in the back of their mind that other bill is due. They didn't pay. Or they haven't paid yet. Or they got bills back from January that haven't even been paid yet. Okay, some of that is because of their personal overspending that they had from other months. Some of it's from Christmas. Some of it because they just had to buy something they couldn't afford. They had that urge. They had that, you know what? Girl, I deserve this. I'm going to buy it. I've been working hard all week and everything. They got to hit the, what do you call it? I don't know what that move is called, but they got to hit that move. You know what I'm saying? I had to get it, blah, 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 blah. And I bought it. And I got these nails, girl. And I got the special nail package. I got the pedicure. I got this. I got that. And the guy's like, you know what I'm saying? I went out there, you know what I'm saying? You know how I do. You know what I'm saying? I be on the block fly. I had to buy them, Gucci jeans. I had to buy them, you know what I'm saying? I had to get the shoes. I had to get those Balenciagas, you know what I'm saying? The ones that look like socks, because you know how I do. But are you getting it in season, though? Are you getting it in the right timing of your finances? Whether you believe in God's timing or whatever you believe in, if you don't believe in God, whatever. But are you getting it at the right time that you're supposed to have that? Don't start the first of the month, and this is Black History Month. If you're not Black watching this, doesn't matter. I'm just saying, okay? Don't be Black this month, though, and blow all your money in Black History Month. This month, if you want to give respect to some people in Black history, save some bread this month. Don't go and spend all your money on things you don't really need this month. Do something for you to have something to invest in next Black History Month. Do something that's going to help your future kids that you might not even made yet. You don't even have kids yet. Do something for that next generation. Do something for yourself, your future self. A lot of folks don't think about that. They don't think about nothing else but them in the right now. And that right now thinking is going to hurt you financially. Okay? And there's nothing like investing in something and wanting to get that money back. Like, I've seen people do investments and they want their investment back because they don't have any money. They didn't take care of other stuff first before they even invested in something. That's why it's very important for you to have emergency fund and a savings account and put money in both of those things and stop buying things you don't need or things that people won't care about in 6 months. Nobody goes back to your Instagram and be like, yo, I remember when you rocked this back, 6 months ago on your Instagram. Nobody cares that much about what you're wearing, where you're at, what you're doing. And if they do care that much, does their caring pay you? If it don't pay you, stop worrying about it so much. Don't worry about it. Get you right, get your family right, get your investments right, get your money right, get your credit right. All right, anyway, back to the hoodie. Any questions? Let me check. Oh, I appreciate that. How often do you go after new credit cards after you remove your inquiries if you're trying to build a massive amount of credit funding? Okay, once you remove your inquiries, it's time to go, all right? So you get those inquiries off your credit report. Let's say it's off of Experian. Now, I suggest to all my clients, if you're not ready to spend the money on your inquiry removals, as far as all together, do them one bureau at a time. See if I'm full of ish, and I said ish or not, okay? what you want to do is maybe get, let's say you got a credit report, just TransUnion, you got 5 inquiries. Hey, Jay, I want to see if you're real, bro. Take care of these 5 inquiries for me real quick. All right, bam, 5 inquiries are off. Oh, man, Jay, you won't playing, bro. You won't lying. I know. Now let's get you some funding, okay? You might say, well, man, I want to go ahead and wait till I get the other ones off. And I say, why? You ain't got to wait. You can do it right now if you're already ready. If you already got AUs or you don't need AUs, whatever, we can go ahead and start applying for just banks that pull TransUnion. And while you're waiting for your other Experian or Equifax to come off, when they come off, we already got you 3 or 4 credit cards. Already in the mail, already at your house. Now let's go ahead and get the Equifax. And I go through my Equifax list of funding and get you all the cards to get you with Equifax. Bam. Now we get Experian done. We can apply for them and get you another 3 or 5, 6 cards with them. Bam. Now you got $50,000 to $100,000 in credit cards just like that. Check another message here. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Bop, 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 bop. All right. What time is it? I'm hungry. It's 4:30. All right. I went to Costco. At Costco, I bought some chicken tortilla soup. I got some already made raviolis. I got cheese and spinach organic raviolis. I put them in the water for 2 minutes. It's ready. I make my own sauce. I got heavy cream, Parmesan, Romano cheese, a little bit of garlic, and make sure you get granulated garlic or fresh garlic. Do not use garlic powder. A little bit of salt, a little bit of white pepper, regular pepper. You use some cayenne if you want it to be a little bit spicy, okay, or some Cajun seasoning to make some Cajun. And I use that to make my Alfredo sauce, my own Alfredo sauce in the pan with heavy cream. I boil it with some butter, maybe a little bit of chopped up onions, and then I add the cheese to take it off the heat. I stir it. I got Alfredo sauce. Bam. I boil that pasta for 2 minutes. It's done. I toss it in the toss it in the sauce. Bam, I got pasta. I ain't go nowhere out my house. I got organic corn, organic spinach. I got squash. I got all organic fruits in my refrigerator. I drink only alkaline water because I want to be able to live long and enjoy my money and my credit. Okay? And I can eat at home. I ain't got to go out. I got great food in my house. Costco does me well. I go to Walmart. I go to Target and get stuff that I like. And I cook. I love to cook. Don't mind cooking. I cook better than restaurants. And I save money. Save money. You don't have to go out here. I'll say you don't have to go out here and go crazy. Most people, this is the last fact I'm going to drop. And I'll be done, okay? Most people spend a lot of money. If you actually go through all of your expenses and you be real right now with me, okay? Look at me right now. Where the camera at? Look at me right now. All right. If you be real with yourself, a lot of your money goes to food. You eat out too much. You don't bring no lunches to work. You don't think about eating a salad every once in a while that came from your house, not from Panera Bread. Okay? That salad cost you $8. That meal cost you $5. That Starbucks, you didn't want to drink coffee at home. That Starbucks cost you $4, $5, $7, $8. Them cigarettes cost you $10 a pack, depending on where you live at. You got to have that refill on your e-cig. Okay? You're spending $30, $40 a week just on stuff you really don't need to be spending money on. Why? Why are you doing it? Why? What's the point? How is it really helping you? Is it that good? Is it that tasty from what you're eating at fast food? Or is it frozen? Is it organic? Why are you spending so much money on that stuff? Why? Why are you doing it? Is it to show off? Is it only because it's convenient? Is it because you don't feel like staying up an extra hour to cook another meal for you to take to work tomorrow? Like, why? What's the reason? Most of your money goes to food. Let's be real. And then gas. Okay? That's another thing. Food and gas. That takes your money. Of course, the gas part, you can't really help. You got to go to work. You got to go to work. I understand that. But don't spend so much money on food, man. Save that money. Don't save it and give it to me. I'm not trying to take your money. I'm not trying to take it to send it to me. Save your money. Put it in the bank. Put it in the bank. Stack some bread. I want to see more folks have savings this year. I want to see where people are like, yo, people are not spending this money in the economy right now because everybody's saving money. That might sound bad to stockholders, but to me, that sounds fantastic. People are saving more money. They're not going out shopping all the time. That's great news to me. But to, you know, to the whole economy, like, oh man, something's wrong. Anyway, Can you move late payments in 30 to 60 days? No. No, no, no. Well, it's possible, but it's not realistic. Not realistic. The whole account, yes. Late payments, not realistic. Possible, but not realistic. I just want to make sure I tell you that. Let's see. Hey, Jay, funding you provide, is it personal or business funding? Both. Good stuff. Thanks, bro. If I owe apartments and they want to take me to court, is it too late for the credit sweep? Nope, it's not too late. Doesn't matter if they want to take you to court or not. As far as on the credit side, the most they can do to you is put a judgment on your account. I can remove judgments from your report. A lot of times people try to do this suing thing, take you to court and all that kind of crap, and they put judgments on you. They still can't make you pay the judgment. They can't make you do nothing. That person can do all that work and then not get no money. It's just a judgment. You come to me, you want that judgment off? Take it off. Easy. No problems. Only solutions. Yep. All right, I wasted enough of y'all time. Jay knows credit. Credit's queen. Cash is king. So save some. All right. And be good tonight. Don't get in no trouble. Don't beat nobody with a bat. Don't slap nobody for jumping in front of you. Get out the car and hit them with your car or something. Don't do none of that. Stay out of jail this weekend. Don't be going to get in the rain on Monday morning, all sad and stuff. Calling your girl. Calling her friends because you forgot your girl's number. Trying to get her to get you out of jail. Don't do that. Be good this weekend. Be blessed. Stay safe. Write down your expenses. Write down your debts. Make a plan of action for this month, this year. Don't do resolutions every year. Take action. And turn up for the Super Bowl, though. Yeah, get some chips and dip. Eat some fried wings or something. You know. And enjoy those Super Bowl commercials. It's all about the commercials in halftime. All right? Be blessed. Don't bet too much money on the game. Salute to y'all. Credit is queen. Your favorite guy in the hoodie. Signing out.